spot at the back edge of your mat. We're gonna stand tall with your feet about shoulder hip distance apart. Just taking a moment here, rocking between the toes and the heels, adding a little roll through the shoulders. You can also roll through the wrists and forearms just a bit, flexion, extension through the fingers. Anything you need to just kind of start waking up some of these areas. We're gonna settle in and find that balance between the toes and the heels. You can also rock and find that balance between the outside and inside of your foot as well. So we're gonna stand tall for a couple of breath cycles, and I just want you to draw your focus inward, and I want you to think about a few things as we go along here. So we're gonna start off, string out of the top of the head, shoulders down and back, and we're gonna focus on that inhale, exhale. So we're gonna take that strong full inhale, the rib cage expands, and then exhale fully, the rib cage contracts. So as you're going through this breath, I want you to just draw your focus inward, and I want you to think about a few things: that navel to spine connection, the rise and fall of the chest, lengthening through the neck, creating additional space through the vertebra with each exhale. In addition to this little navel to spine connection, I want to think a little deeper. I want to think about the pelvic floor and just really supporting and lifting everything up and in. We're going to draw that belly button in, shoulders down. You can close your eyes, relax your jaw a little bit here. We'll take one more breath cycle here, standing tall, just focusing on the breath. Then on the next breath cycle, I'm going to lift my hands to the front, reaching up and overhead on an inhale, and then exhale, the arms circle down to meet my side. So just moving with your breath, a nice full strong inhale up, reaching overhead, exhale, and circle down. So with this, I'm leading up with my thumbs, nice tall overhead reach, and then leading down with my pinkies, slow and controlled. We'll take a couple more breath cycles just like this, matching your breath with your movement. Now on your next breath cycle, we'll just reverse that arm pattern. We'll inhale, circle the arms up, reaching overhead, and then exhale, floating down to the front, down to your side. Inhale, and exhale. Knees are a little bit soft here, standing tall. Now this next one, a little change. We're going to inhale, arms come up, and on the exhale, I'm going to sink down into a chair. Now I've got my feet about shoulder hip distance apart, so if you need to make any adjustments, feel free to situate yourself and move around. Now just reaching through the hands, and I want to make sure that my knees aren't shooting past my toes. So I want to keep this tall, straight back. We're going to inhale, and then exhale, lower the arms as we come to stand. Inhale, arms come up and over. Exhale, float down into that chair. So arms just go about halfway, and I want to continue breathing deep. Maybe sinking a bit lower with each of these repetitions. Now take an inhale, and then exhale. Lower the arms as we come to stand. Let's do that one more time, just like that. Inhale, and exhale. Belly drawn in, back is nice and tall, and I'm kind of shifting the weight back of my heel. So you could maybe lift your toes and wiggle a little bit. Now take that inhale, and then exhale, lift up, and stand tall. You can adjust if you need to. We're gonna go back through some of that chair sit, and we're gonna work on lifting our heels. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall, shoulders back and down, and we'll just take that little sit. So just sinking back. Now keep reaching through the hands, and what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna pop my right heel and then set it down. Left, set it down, and right. Keep that posture tall, shoulder blades down your back. And let's get one more right, one more left. Both heels down, we'll stand up nice and tall. All right, so building onto that, you can stick with the single alternating heels, or just think maybe like marching heels, or you can double lift and lower. It's gonna challenge your balance a little bit, and you might not go as high, and that's okay. So we're gonna stand tall, inhale, and exhale, lower, get those hips back. Now, come up into the toes or ball of the foot and set it down. Try to do it really controlled. And we're going to lift and lower. Keep reaching and lift and lower. Nice and tall, lift and lower. We're gonna do one more. And lift and lower, stand tall, and give yourself just a quick little release. All right, so building onto that, one more level, one more variation. You can always go back to the single alternating. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sit, if you just wanna watch for one, we're gonna sit, lift the arms, come up to stand on the ball of the foot, hopefully balanced, and then come down through the heels. Hopefully you won't dance around like I just did. All right, let's all join this together. We're gonna inhale, exhale, sink. So finding a focal point, somewhere you can fix your gaze. I'm gonna lift my heels, they come up to stand, and lower it down. So as you lower down through the feet, think about that, almost like the spinal articulation, one vertebra at a time, except through your feet. So we're gonna inhale, exhale, sink deep into your chair. Keep reaching, find a focal point, and lift those heels. Come up, nice and tall, and then lower with control. Let's get two more of those, guys. We're gonna inhale, exhale, sink, reach, heels come up, rise up to the ball of the foot, reach, and lower with control. One more, inhale, exhale, sink, nice and low in that chair. You're gonna lift both heels, rise up tall, and then float down, and give yourself a quick little break. All right, so we're gonna take a walk. We're gonna move out into our downward facing dog. So here is that wall right behind our back. I wanna start off nice and tall, shoulders back, navel to spine. We're gonna inhale, then on your exhale, you're gonna begin to peel from the wall. So nod the chin, scoop the belly, and you can soften your knees and slide down to meet the floor. From here, let's go ahead and take a little walk. Coming out into our downward facing dog, and I'm just gonna take a moment and pedal through those legs, just pressing the heels toward the floor. Now I wanna spread the weight through my fingers, so make sure we're distributing that weight, not load bearing in our wrists. Now as we're continuing to pedal, I'm gonna press my chest back toward my feet, just a bit deeper with each of these little pedals. Waking up the shoulders, the delts, anterior deltoids, and press. Now I'm gonna settle both heels to the floor. So working on getting them down. If they're not down yet, that's okay. We're going to double lift and lower. So both heels up, both heels down. Spread the weight through your fingers and press those heels. Really trying to sink into your mat. And with each of these heel presses, again, we're pressing that chest a little closer toward your feet, maybe increasing that upper body stretch just a bit. Now, I'm gonna sink and hold, really trying to get those heels down, pushing into this downward facing dog. And then I'm gonna round my back, scoop my belly, and just shift forward into a plank. Now you can adjust if you need. And from here, we're gonna do some scapular protraction and retraction. So if you would like to drop to your knees, that is an option for you. So I'm gonna start by lowering my rib cage and pressing the floor away. Inhale and exhale. Keep the belly button drawn in tight. Think about floating your rib cage down and up. And I'm just squeezing through that space across my shoulder blades. And I'm gonna get one more, guys. Press and hold. We're gonna lower all the way to the floor, really slow, elbows near the body, and then come all the way down. I'm gonna extend my legs and bring my hands forward. So coming up into this really small swan. And on this, I want to think about just sliding my shoulders down and sliding my shoulder blades into my back pockets. I'm lifting through the top of the head, breathing deep. Now I'm going to inhale and then exhale, just widen my elbows and allow myself to come down into the mat. Slide your hands back and come up a little higher. If you prefer where you were, just leave your hands in place. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, peel, coming up into this little swan. And I want to have my elbows near my body. So if your elbows are kind of splayed out, I want you to squeeze them in. I want to lift, draw the belly button in tight. Now my glutes are active. I want to think about keeping that lower half kind of working for me. Keep everything really strong, really lifting. Take an inhale, and then exhale down with control. Give yourself just a quick little break. I'm gonna shift back into my child's pose. Allow yourself to really sink into this, hips over heels. Take your time, give yourself a little break for the wrists and forearms if you need that. And coming out to tabletop. And with this, I want to think about stacking my shoulders over my wrists and my hips over my knees. So we're just going to take a few breath cycles here. I want to think about that strong expansion through the rib cage, just as we did at the very beginning. And that contraction on the exhale. So again, thinking about that support through the pelvic floor, through the diaphragm, shoulder blades are down, we're lengthened through the top of the head. And on your next breath cycle, we'll add some cat-cow. So I'm gonna turn my tailbone up slightly, look ahead on my inhale, and then round my spine, tuck my chin on the exhale. So just moving with your breath. Inhale, looking out. Exhale, curling everything under. Draw that belly in tight. And then we'll just come back to neutral. Pardon me. And we're going to do a little tail wag here. So a little different for us. What we're going to do is I'm just going to kind of tip my hips toward the left as I take a look toward the left side of my hip, and then come back to neutral, and then take it to the right and neutral. So I'm really kind of thinking about this shortening rib to hip on the left, and then center, and then to the right. Add that little bit of neck rotation in there, getting that little twist, that little look. And we'll come back to center. I'm gonna place my hands, we're gonna press into our down dog. So I'm gonna inhale, turn my toes, exhale, and press up and back into my downward facing dog. Now we're gonna go into our three-legged dog. So I'd like to bring my feet a little closer to center. My left foot stays down, my right foot is going to reach. We're going to lift and lower, lift and lower. Really pressing into that down dog. I find my upper body kind of leaning forward a bit sometimes. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Now, hold the leg up, bend the knee, and just twist that hip open just a little bit. You can look under that right arm. So I've got my right foot and knee up, looking under that right arm. And then take a little shift forward, knee hover, and press it up. Knee hover, and up into that three-legged dog. Knee hover, three-legged dog, and one more, press it up. And we're gonna float that foot to the inside to settle into our pigeon. So just working your way into your pigeon, whatever you need, and thinking about keeping this back leg really active, a lot of energy, keeping it lengthened, opening through our hip flexors. At the same time, I want to try to maintain this square position and prop myself up. Now here's where I usually turn it into my fists, just to give my wrists a little break. I want to keep my posture really tall, lengthening through the neck, keeping that belly button drawn in tight. Now I'm gonna go ahead and settle forward into my forearms just to support my body, but if you'd like, you can lean your body weight into this front leg just for a little deeper glute and low back stretch here. And here's an opportunity to give those wrists and forearms a little break if you need some of that. And I'm just gonna walk it up. I'm gonna replace my hands just below my shoulders. Turn that back toe under, back toes. And we're gonna press to lift into your downward facing dog. So take a moment and reset. Getting ready for your three-legged dog. Spread the weight through the fingers, guys. Now, I'm gonna settle my right heel down. I'm gonna extend my left foot, and we're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Pressing that upper body into that downward facing dog. Try not to lose that upper body. And press and lower. Press and lower. 2 more, guys. Now, lift and hold. Bend that knee and twist that hip open. I'm just gonna look under that arm, getting a little more twist action going here. Now, bring that knee forward, knee hover, and drive it up. Knee hover, and up. Keeping that navel to spine connection, please. And this might have been one extra, but that's okay. We're gonna turn the foot to the inside and settle down into our pigeon. So take your time and just work into this, finding that nice long back leg, open through the hip flexors, nice and tall. Now some people, you'll see some people that might have this front leg a little more perpendicular. That kind of stresses my knee in a way that I'm not okay with. So listen to your body. If you want to have it tucked in just a little closer, this is your workout. This is your practice today. So I want to think about lengthening through the neck, pressing my knuckles into the floor to keep that tall posture. And if your back is nice and tall and flexible, you might even lift the arms and see if you can take that for just a moment. My back is not bendy, so that one's a little more challenging. I'm going to take this down into my forearms, or you can allow your body weight to really rest into this front leg. Really stretching into the glutes here. Hands, wrist, and forearms. And take a little break. And I'm just gonna bring this up, and I'm gonna slide my back knee in and bring it around. All right, so we're gonna go into our half roll back and just kind of warm up the spine a little bit there. Now we've kind of been doing some back bendy stuff, so it should feel pretty good to get this nice little round through the back. We're gonna start off with the feet about shoulder hip distance apart, reaching out through the hands like you're holding a ball. We're gonna inhale, and on the exhale, take that half roll back. So I'm gonna think about scooping out my belly, and then walk one leg up, other leg up, and hold. Now, if you need to, you can always add this little bit of assistance, holding behind the knees. And from here, you can even round the back a little more if you wanted to. I'm just gonna reset those hands out, reaching long. We're gonna take an inhale, and on the exhale, feet goes down, we stretch forward, reach, and sit up tall. We'll inhale, exhale, half roll back, draw that belly in, keep reaching through the hands, walk one leg up, other leg up, and hold. Now again, you can hold behind the knees if you need that. Otherwise, I'm going to reach my arms up on an angle and alternately extend. So going into more of that little one-legged teaser type position, and reach, and reach, and reach. And we'll take one more right, one more left. Both feet are gonna come up and squeeze. Big reach. We're gonna inhale, exhale down, and stretch forward. Sit up tall, shoulders back. Now we're gonna take some rotation, but we're gonna keep the feet on the floor today. So what I'm gonna do is sit up nice and tall and reach out again like I'm holding a ball. We're gonna inhale and exhale. I'm gonna take half roll back and then start to open. I'm gonna open to you first and open up through the palm, the chest, from the shoulder here, and look over this outside hand. Bring it back to center and stack tall. Let's inhale, exhale, half roll back, scoop that belly, turn, twist, and look out over that back hand. Float it back to center and stack tall. Inhale, exhale, half roll back, turn, twist, and look. Try not to let those knees splay. Try to keep them really active. Back to center and stack. Inhale, exhale, half roll back, turn, twist, and look. Back to center and stack. One more each way, please. We're going to inhale, exhale, half roll back, draw those abs in, turn, twist, and look. Keep those legs really controlled, really solid. Back to center. Sit up tall on an inhale. And exhale, half roll back. One more time. Turn, twist, and look. Back to center. And sit up tall. And take those arms down. I'm going to extend my legs together in front. We're going to inhale, exhale, all the way down. So once you get to the bottom here, you can always adjust, reset, whatever you need. So we're going into, we're going to start with our hundreds, and then we're going to go into our roll up. So what I'm going to do here is start by walking my knees into my chest and just take a little back massage, just a little side to side. You can add some flexion, extension, and ankle rotation, especially in between sets. If you're pointing your toes a lot, you want to every now and then give that foot a little flex, otherwise your calves and your arches can cramp. All right, so starting off with the knees in a tabletop position. I'm going to come into forward flexion, looking toward my belly. I'm going to start with this pulse. We're going to flex on the inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend and flex, 2, 3, 4, 5, and point, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Really strong inner thigh squeeze. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Now adding on, lower, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower. Now hold it about halfway up, last set. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Stay here, lift up, knees in, head down, and take a little break. Here's where that neck rotation might feel pretty good right about now. All right, from here, let's go ahead and extend those legs, and I want to zip my thighs together. So throughout this roll-up, I want to think about keeping my lower half really active and engaged. So I'm going to externally rotate from the hips. So think about a little turn out. Heels are kissing, toes are kind of pointing off to these opposite corners. I'm thinking about the back of my legs and my glutes kind of hugging onto the mat, so keeping everything really strong. So we're going to take those arms, reach over the chest, and just as we did at the beginning, we're going to take that scapular protraction and retraction. So I'm going to take that reach to the ceiling and then gently pull my scapula together. Now as I'm going through this, I'm moving with my breath. Exhale and inhale, squeeze that upper middle back. Exhale, reach, and inhale, squeeze. Also, legs are active, we've already covered that, but I also want to think about this little rib to hip connection. So if it feels like your back is kind of arching, I want to close this connection just a bit. So I think about drawing my ribs toward my hips, continuing with this breath. So quite a bit going on, even though it feels like maybe we're just kind of laying here. Exhale, reach, and inhale. Now, next thing I want you to think about before we move out of this is that little squeeze in that upper middle back. So the little bit of mat that's right there between your shoulder blades, I want you to squeeze that mat. And now the arms aren't opening to create that squeeze. I'm holding a little volleyball right over my chest, and I don't want to drop it. I don't want my hands to spread apart. And reach. Last one, guys. So take that little squeeze, and then I'm going to float that ball back. I don't want to lose this rib to hip connection, so keep those ribs drawing toward your hips. All right, so we're going into our roll up. Legs are active, squeezing onto your mat. We are going to inhale, lift, exhale, peel, and reach over flexed feet. Nice and long. Sit up tall in an inhale, and then exhale down. I like to point my feet on the way down. So I'm alternating a flexed foot and a pointed foot. We're going to inhale, exhale, coming up, out, and over, long forward fold. Sit up tall and take it down. Think one vertebra at a time, really slow and controlled. Trying to keep those legs heavy. They may want to lift off of the mat with you. So really try to engage that strong quad, strong back of the thigh, strong glutes to keep them down. Inhale and exhale. All right, on your next one, we're going to add something on. We're going to lower with control. So on your next one, we will add the saw. I'm going to inhale, reach, exhale, peel, coming up, out, and over. Nice long forward fold. I'm going to sit up tall and open my arms. I'm going to walk one leg open, other leg open, and then I'm going to twist, saw off your pinky toe, sit up tall and center. Other side, twist, pinky toe, sit up and center. Walk one leg in, walk the other leg in, and the arms come center. Float it down, one vertebra at a time. Now you can do the one and one with the legs if you'd like, or inhale, exhale, come out, long forward fold. Sit up tall, open, and then just take the legs open into a straddle. Big twist, saw that pinky toe, and center, twist, and saw that pinky toe, and center. We're gonna slide those legs in, slide those arms in, and float it down. Really strong inner thigh squeeze. Inhale, exhale, and reach. Sit up tall and open. Straddle the legs, big twist, and reach. Sit up tall, other side, and reach. And center, bring it in, arms float in, take it down. Let's get one more, guys. And big inhale, exhale, up, out, over, fold. Sit up tall, straddle, take that twist and saw. Sit up tall, other side, twist and saw. Bring it up and center. We're gonna slide those legs together, slide those arms together, and lay it back. One vertebra at a time. Float those arms back and circle around. Scoot back onto your mat, adjust anything that you might need here. All right, so we are going to go into some bridging, and we're also gonna be doing some single leg kicks. We didn't start off with a lot of stretching through the back of the leg like I might normally. So we're gonna get some stretching now. We're gonna get our 3-point stretch. So what I'm gonna do is just start by walking my knees into my chest. You can give yourself a little side to side, a little back massage. And I'm going to keep my right leg. I'm gonna take my left leg down, and I wanna really think about anchoring this leg to the floor. So think about the back of the knee, really pressing the hips, really staying stable and flat on the floor. As we take this leg out, that hip might have a tendency to kind of lift and roll. So keep that hip nice and anchored. Right hand on your right knee, and I'm just gonna move it around, give it a little range of motion here. Just kind of giving it that little trip around. We're gonna get some circles in here as well. All right, I'm going to float the knee into the chest and then lift my nose toward my knee. Hands come behind the calf, and we unfold and then bend that leg again. So we're just gonna do a little nerve glide here. So I just wanna think about that bend and extend, lengthening through the back of the thigh, get those hamstrings. And nice long stretch, trying to keep the knee in place. So if you brought the knee really far in like I did, and then you unfold, you realize, oh, it needs to come out a little bit. So find your place and try to keep it there. Now, I am going to extend and hold and see if I can bring that leg in just a tiny bit closer toward my nose. Maybe bring my nose a tiny bit closer to my knee. Little point and flex. Now I'm going to lower my head and shoulder. I'm going to soften my knee and lower this leg to the side. You can create this little brace outside the knee and just kind of opening up through your adductors, your inner thigh. Now, you can stay here, keeping the knee soft and slightly bent, or work on this little bend and extend to the side. So I've got my hand under my calf, and I'm just guiding that leg open. Now, when you're ready, if you're ready, extend and hold. You can always maintain that soft knee if you need that. You can maintain the brace under the leg, or hand comes to the top and really presses that leg out. My left hip, I'm trying to keep it anchored to the floor. It's over here, it's kind of hollering at me a little bit, so listen to your body. I'm gonna give it a break in just a sec. I'm gonna bend my knee and bring it across. I'm gonna take my left hand across that right knee, but I wanna try to keep this right shoulder on the floor. So go as far as you can before that shoulder lifts. I'm gonna extend this arm and look across. Now, if you'd like, you can continue this right knee across using that left hand to ease yourself into that big twist. Make sure that you're not holding your breath here. This is real easy to take those smaller, shallow breaths. Good inhale, exhale. Now, same as before, you can keep the knee bent. You can keep a little brace under that knee, or you can work on that little extend and bend. So some options for you, however you're feeling. And we're different on each side. So one side might feel a little better. Now I'm going to extend this leg and hold and see if I can reach it toward the floor. You can even move your hand to the outside of the knee. I'm going to keep my twist looking across this right hand. So really wringing it all out, guys. I'm going to bend my knee and bring it in. One more time. Unfold, lengthen through the back of this leg. Now I'm going to leave my leg in place. I'm going to slide my left foot in and get ready for a single leg bridge. We're just going to start off with a little up and down. So I want you to think about lifting your footprint to the ceiling. Hands can either be by your side or you can turn them out, palms up. This way, palms up, you're not pressing into the floor and the shoulders lift. So wherever you like to be, we're going to inhale, exhale, press and lower, and press and lower, and press and lower. Two more, guys, and lower, and press. Now this time, I'd like you to press and hold. Flex the foot and lower, point the toe and kick. Flex lower, point and kick. Flex lower, point and kick. Flex lower, point and kick. One more, point and kick, and bend that knee, set the foot to the floor, reposition those hips back up into your bridge before you bring it all the way down. And I'm just going to take a quick little stretch, just a quick little release. I'm going to set my feet on the floor, both feet, and we're going to bridge again, but we're going to do a single leg circle. So we'll have a clock on the ceiling. 12 o'clock is your start and stop. You can always do this one from the ground as well. We're going to inhale and then exhale, peel, coming up into your bridge. So again, with that right leg, we're going to lift and extend. Circle in, stop at 12 o'clock, unwind, 12 o'clock. Inhale and exhale. Keep lifting through those hips. Inhale and exhale. Two more sets, guys. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale. We're going to lower the hips, walk the knees in, and give yourself a little break. Back massage, foot flexion, extension, neck rotation if you want some of that. Keeping the left knee, take that right leg out and down. Again, anchoring the back of the knee and the hip to the floor. So I'm gonna use my left hand and just move that knee around. So working that hip joint, just kind of pushing this leg through some of this range of motion, a little bit of assistance here. Now, go ahead and pull this knee in towards your chest, lift your nose towards your knee. Now you're going to probably have to move it out a little bit. We're going to start off with the hands at the calf. We're going to unfold and then bend that leg. So just work at this at your own pace. All right, so taking that exhale as you lengthen inhale as you shorten. And as I come to this extension, I'm engaging my quadriceps, so really active in the top of the thigh as well. So lengthen and bend it. One more. Lengthen and hold. I'm going to bring this leg in a little bit closer, add a little point and flex. Nose comes maybe a little closer to that knee. I'm going to lower the head and shoulders and bend the knee, lowering this out to the side. So again, starting with this softer knee and just taking this little stretch for my adductor. So I'm thinking about my inner thigh, belly button drawn to the floor, right hip pressing down. Now you can add that little extend and bend if you'd like. Trying to keep the shoulder resting on the floor as well. Now, extend and hold and move your hand to the inside and press it open. Same time, that right hip is pressing down. I'm going to bend the knee and pull it across. I'm going to take that right hand over the left knee. I'm only going to go so far as right through the moment where I feel the shoulder maybe want to lift. I'm going to extend my left arm and then go ahead and ease this leg over a little deeper into the twist, taking your time, breathing into that stretch. And once you're settled in a good place for you, you can prop that hand under the knee. You can also take that hand and pull a little deeper. So you're different on each side. So one side might feel a bit more stretchy, more twist. Make sure that we're breathing. Now again, as before, you can add that extend and bend, lengthen and shorten. Now, once you take that leg to straight, see if you can reach it a little closer toward the floor. Exhaling into your stretch. Bend that knee, pull it back to center. One more time, we're gonna unfold, lengthen, little point and flex. Keeping this leg anchored to the floor. Now I'm gonna lower my head and shoulder, drag this right foot in. The foot is flexed. We're just gonna take that easy up and down, footprint to the ceiling, and down, and up, and down, and up. Squeeze those glutes and down. Now, on this next one, hold it up. And we're gonna flex the foot, lower, point the toe and kick. Flex and lower, point and kick. Flex and lower, point and kick. Try to keep those hips up and kick. Last one, guys, and kick, bend the knee, take that foot to the floor, lift those hips, walk it down, nice and easy. All right, walk the knees into the chest. Just a quick little release for the glutes and low back, ankle rotation, flexion extension if you need that. Okay, both feet come to the floor and we bridge this up, lifting those hips, hands easy by your side. You can also even try this letter T position if you want to try that. Now I'm going to lift this left leg and extend. Here's that little 12 o'clock circle. So inhale and exhale. Scoop that belly and exhale. Keep it strong. Inhale and exhale. Hips stay up. Inhale and exhale. Last one, guys. Inhale and exhale. We're going to lower with control. Both knees come in and we'll come up to sit. And all right, so we're going to come over to our belly for one more quick little back extension with a twist. So swan with our twist. Bringing yourself down to your belly. I'm going to start with my legs just about shoulder hip distance apart and the hands just slightly about the shoulders. We're going to inhale, hovering the face away from the mat, and exhale, peel, coming up into your shoulder, up into your extension, lengthening through the neck, lower with control. Now I'm going to extend the arms. I'm going to take my left leg first. I'm going to lift, twist, and bring it around. I'm going to lower to the floor with control and bring it in. We're going to come up, Nice and tall, and lower. Arms out, right side, lift, twist, reach. Bringing it back to the floor, and bring it in. Inhale, exhale, coming up, and lower with control. Arms out, left leg, twist, and reach. Back to center, arms in, and taking that swan, and lower, and reach. My right leg comes up and over, reaching in the direction of my hand. It might touch, it might not. Bring it down, and we'll get one more each side, please. And lift, and lower, and reach. Taking that leg across. Bring it back. Bring it in, and lift, and lower, and reach. Last one. Nice long stretch. Bring it back to center, and bring yourself up and back to child's pose. Nice and long here, guys. And I'm just going to take a quick little seat in this staggered position. So if we were sitting in mermaid, we would have our knees stacked. So I'm just going to move this top leg off just a little bit. We're going to get a little bit of that mermaid stretch with a little bit of a back bend. So a little more bendy stuff. Now I've got my left leg to the outside. I've got my right leg to the inside. Left hand just holds that left ankle. Right arm comes up and over into this little side bend. And then I take this arm down, windmill, bringing it up and around, thinking about my shoulder and chest, twisting in the direction of the floor. Bring it up and over for your side bend. Nice long reach. Now this right arm goes behind me, and I'm going to come up into my knees and take this little reach back. So a little bit of a back bend, and I want to feel this kind of in this hip and lower. Do that again. So taking your side bend and windmill, big twist, big stretch, and up and side bend. Arm comes back, and we drive it back for a little back bend. You can look back over that hand and lower with control. One more set, and side bend and windmill, and up, and side bend, and take that hand back, reaching up and back into this back bend, and lower with control. I'm just going to kick my feet around to the other side and set up. Right hand, right ankle, taking that left arm, side bend, windmill, bring it up and around, little twist and stretch, and up and side bend. Now take this left arm behind. We come up into those knees and reach and lower with control. Right hand, right ankle, left side bend, and take it to the floor. Windmill, big reach, big stretch. Let's inhale up, exhale, side bend. Take this left arm behind and reach up. Nice, big, full stretch. And lower. Here's our last little trip. Side bend, windmill, nice, big, full twist. Up, side bend. Take this left arm back and reach up, pressing your hips forward, reaching your arm back. Lower with control. Good job, you guys. Let's bring the feet to the floor beneath us and just come over to rest in the ball of your foot. Take a moment, settle into those heels, and just finding your balance, finding your stability. And you can always keep your fingers on the floor or bring your hands to rest on your thighs and think about lengthening through the top of the head, lengthening through the spine. Now I'm going to press to stand. You can also unfold to stand if you prefer. We're going to take those arms up, nice big inhale, And on the exhale, I'm going to float down with my palms up, thumbs back. So I want you to think about that nice, full, open shoulders and chest. Now rotate this all the way around. Palms are up, and press the thumbs in. Take an easy little shoulder roll. And we'll take a nice, full, deep cleansing breath. Big inhale. And exhale.